Hi, my name is Angelique. I'm going to be taking your x-rays today. Can I get your first, last name, and your date of birth?
Des Montez, 22695.
Okay, can I just check your wristband? Okay, perfect. So, any chance of pregnancy?
No.
No, okay, perfect. And, do you have any jewelry on today?
No.
No, okay. For this exam, we're going to need you to actually dress into a gown. So you're going to need to remove the bra, shirt, and your pants. You can keep the underwear on though, okay?
Okay.
And you come back. Once you come back, we'll get started. Well, while she's getting dressed, I'm going to set up my room. I'm going to set up my console for a PA chest. And then I'm going to get a cassette. I'm going to put a 14x17 crosswise into my Bucky. And I'm going to do a 72-inch SID detented. I'm ready to go. Okay, she's back. Alright, patient, I'm going to have you go ahead and put your chest up against the wall for me. Okay, so go ahead and come as close as you can to that board. You're going to have your chin up. Okay. Just a little bit, yeah, right there. So I'm going to grab my marker. I'm going to put it above her left shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to center her mid-sagittal plane to my, to the board here. And I want to make sure that my central ray is at her T7. So about here. I'm going to move my Bucky to this level so it's crosshairs are matching. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and have you rotate your shoulders into that wall. Good. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to put a shield right behind her. Okay, go ahead and take a deep breath in and hold it. Expose. So for the PHS, you can breathe. For the PHS, I'm going to be looking for 1 to 10 ribs. You want to make sure that you get the apices and the costophrenic angles and that they're not cut. Also, you want to make sure that there's no rotation in the image. That's it. Now I'm moving on to my lateral chest. I'm going to put a 14x17 lengthwise into my Bucky now. I'm still keeping the 72 inches idea. I don't have to move the tube at all. I can adjust my technique a little bit here. You guys are gonna go lateral. All right, I'm gonna have you go ahead and put your left shoulder up against the wall for me. Now you're gonna go ahead and bring your arms up, and you're gonna hold this bar. Perfect. So, okay, can you please spread out your feet so that they're a shoulder width apart? Okay. I'm gonna put my left marker in the field of view, kind of just right above the shoulder area. And I'm looking for rotation, so I'm gonna kind of just rotate her slightly so we get her in a true lateral position. Now I'm just going to go ahead and make sure she's nice and centered here on her mid-coronal plane. Good. I'm going to put a shield. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and have you take a deep breath in, hold it, and expose. So for my lateral, you can breathe. For my lateral chest, I'm looking for, you want to see the helia centered in the image. You want to make sure that there is no rotation demonstrated by the posterior ribs being superimposed. And you want to make sure that you have all of the lungs in the field of view. So that means 8 mil cutting of the apices or the costophrenic angles. Now I'm moving on to my lateral C-spine. And I'm going to keep my SID the same, but I'm going to change out my IR And I'm going to put a 10 by 12 in the Bucky lengthwise. Okay, so now I'm going to have you go ahead and put your left shoulder up against the board for me again. So I'm putting my left marker on the anterior side. I want to make sure that I'm still centered on her mid-coronal plane. But now my centering is going to be higher, so I need to move my Bucky up to the level of her C4, which is about thyroid cartilage area level. So here. So I move my Bucky up to about that point. My tube would move up. And I'm just going to make sure her chin is elevated and not superimposing the spine. Okay. I'll put a shield here. Okay, Desiree, go ahead, take a deep breath in. You're going to blow it all the way out and expose. Okay, so you can breathe. So now for this image, I need to make sure I'm demonstrating C1 through T1. If I don't see T1, I'll do the lateral swimmer's view. You want to see all the spinosis processes and no rotation of the spine. Also, you don't want any overlap from the mandible over the spine. Okay, Desiree, go ahead and lie your head down on the pillow for me. So now I'm moving on to my AP pelvis. I have a 14 by 17 crosswise on my Bucky, 40-inch SID, and I'm on line and detented. So, Desiree, I'm going to be looking for your hips here, okay? So I found the crescent ASIS. My central raise should be about 2 inches below on the mid-sagittal plane, so I'll be about here. Just adjusting my table to center it to this point. And I'm going to have you go ahead and touch your toes together for me. You're going to kind of make a triangle shape. Good. I'm going to place my right marker in the field of view. Okay, go ahead and hold your breath. Expose. Go ahead and breathe. And for this exam, I'm going to be demonstrating the entire pelvis. So you want to make sure that it's nice and symmetrical. Your spine is nice and centered here, and your pelvis is on the opposite sides. And you also want to demonstrate that you see the greater trochanter on both sides by doing the touching toes position.